Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia and welcome to a little discussion video about the Sims 4 Horse Ranch expansion pack. The trailer is coming tomorrow and I thought today I would go ahead and post a video just kind of discussing little things about the screenshots, things that I didn't necessarily talk about in my initial reaction video, and things that I have just noticed later on or I saw people pointing out on Twitter. So I think this will be fun and it's kind of like gearing up towards the trailer. So tomorrow we're gonna find out so many different things, which is so exciting. Let's hope that this trailer is a good one, which I feel like the Sims team usually does a really good job with the trailers nowadays, so I'm not too worried about that. I can't wait to see the horses in action, but first let's do our notification shout out because it kind of kicks off this little discussion. So this one goes to Wolfie the Wolf, and they said, okay, but is there unicorns? I have the exact same question. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to be like super angry or anything if we don't get unicorns, but like I do want them to be there, and I know they didn't show them, but then I was thinking, okay, that's not necessarily something they need to show. If it's just like another variety of a horse, like, you know, there's lots of different horses we didn't see. They only showed us a couple. Well, actually they didn't even show us, literally it was just leaked. So we've only seen like a couple screenshots with horses included in them. So who knows what the trailer could show. And I'm also even wondering if maybe the trailer won't even show off unicorns, but we're still gonna get them. I don't know, they could just be like another variety of horse or something. It's hard though, because in cats and dogs, we did see raccoons and they weren't really raccoons. It was just like a trait you can give them where they act like raccoons and it's basically like a cat, you know, it just like looks like a raccoon. I don't know if it's gonna be like that sort of situation where there's like not much difference, but I guess we'll have to see. Like, I mean, unicorns are supposed to be magical, so I would like if maybe they spawned in randomly in the world and there'd be like a rainbow, and then if, you know, say like your sim sees a rainbow and then they go towards that rainbow, they might spot a unicorn. I would love to see something like that, but the style of this pack, I'm just not sure if that's something they're going to include. However, a lot of times the Sims team will throw in a thing or two that's not necessarily like realistic or matches with the pack. It's just kind of for fun. So, I mean, we can hope. I haven't seen any hints for unicorns within these photos, but I guess we can see maybe there'll be hints in the trailer or maybe they'll just straight up show them. So we'll wait and see for that. But anyways, let's get into the photos. So we have this photo here, which I love, but there's not that much to point out in it other than the fact that obviously the Sims here are doing a new dance. I love the little thought bubble. I'm really excited like about these new dances. Like usually I don't care much about dancing in The Sims, but I don't know, this is different. I feel like, I don't know, the way they're dancing, it's making me think Sims are gonna be able to get into a group and like do a group country dance. Did they mention that at all in the little description? I don't know, but that's just what it makes me think, and I hope that's the case. We can talk about the furniture around a little bit. I did do that a little bit in my initial reaction video, but I was literally all over the place to the point where I was mispronouncing words because I just couldn't even process. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That was like my first reaction to it. I didn't read the description beforehand and I was like, it's literally jumping with excitement. Oh, excitement overload for some reason. I don't know why. Literally one part of the description said horse manure and I said house manure. Like, I just was not processing words. Like, I was just like, I don't know, my mind was going a mile a minute. So now that I've like gathered my thoughts, let's talk about this properly, you know? So all of this stuff on the wall, I love. Like, I love these chairs. I love these barn doors. Like, everything looks so good. I feel like you're going to be able to make the coolest builds ever. I'm assuming Simmers have taken part in building the lots for the world. So I'm really curious. I feel like I can take some guesses on who might have helped build the lots. I mean, someone may have built this lot, which is super cool to think about. I mean, it definitely seems like that's a possibility because this looks really good. Also out here, you can see there's like, it looks like it's benches, like, you know, just made out of like a log. Is that, am I looking at that right? I don't know. That's what that's looking like to me. I also really like this piano. Oh, and then I mentioned the clothes a little bit, but I really, really like them. I feel like I like these clothes more than cats and dogs. But I want to move on to the next photo because this one, I feel like there's so much to talk about. To be honest, even though it's just from a distance, I actually feel like there's a lot to point out that we kind of like can speculate about how it may be. So this building, for example, does this look like a rabbit hole to anyone else? I'm a little worried. I want to go in here, but it almost seems like this is like where your Sims and their horses go in to like enter a competition. And in The Sims 3, it was like that. So I could just see them kind of repeating that. I know the games are very different, but obviously certain things they follow a pattern. And I just feel like this would be one of them. If we can go in here, I will be so happy. Because just looking at this, I want to see what's inside. And I don't know, like obviously you can use this area, but that's what I think it's going to be. I feel like this area is going to to be interactable. You can train your horses out here, teach them to jump, all that. And then inside, you just like send them in there and they'll just like either practice their skills or enter a competition or something like that. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But you can see there's multiple different horses shown here. So we can see different colors going on. I like this one. I wish we could see it up close. I'm not even going to bother to zoom in because it's just going to be so blurry. But I love the color of the mane and then the whole color of the horse. Also, it looks like they all have like different saddles and stuff, which is pretty cool. I love these like little posters. And then the surroundings, it looks like, well, this one, it looks like is interactable, I'm guessing. This looks like it's probably like a bar or something. It could even be this bar. Maybe it is, you guys. I'm not 100% sure, but that kind of looks like that might be that bar. It also seems very open in this area. I wish I could see more, to be honest, but you can see back here, like it just looks like this is an open running area for horses. That may be someone's house. I don't know. And then obviously these look like houses as well. But no, wait, I don't know because you can see, no, I don't think that's a house. I mean, it might be, but like this area is definitely for the horses to go in. I don't know. I keep looking at stuff off into the distance. It looks like there's like a trailer back there. Okay, so then we have this picture, which is one of my favorites. Not my top favorite, but definitely one of my favorites. So I have a lot to talk about in this one. So of course we know we're getting mini sheep and mini goats. I don't know why they're called mini, actually, because like, I don't really know. Because they're technically just like babies, but then I'm thinking to myself, maybe they're not. I don't really know. Like they obviously look like babies, but there is, of course, like I've seen very, very tiny goats at farms before. I don't know. Like I'm assuming they're just tiny just because like the I don't know. I feel like the Sims team just made them mini because a lot of attention was brought to the horses. So there's not like a variety in sizes of the sheeps and goats because obviously sheeps can get really big, right? So to me, the sheeps that we got just look like babies, but they just called them mini. But I'm just going to take a guess that that's because they don't actually grow up and, you know, they just stay this size. So they're just called mini, like little miniature sheep. So I'm really, really excited to see the interactions they can do. Okay, so as for this baby goat, I made a TikTok and used the little like text to speech thing that everyone does on TikTok, you know. And with this scene, I zoomed into it and I pointed out how the baby goat is laying on its back and then this horse is like interacting with it. But people in the comments are actually telling me the baby goat probably froze and then they like lay on their back, like they fall over to their back. And then I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, goats do that. So I don't know if I'm assuming then the baby goat is scared of the horse because it kind of looks like, it doesn't look like the horse is being mean, but like at the same time, maybe a little bit. I just feel like, yeah, that's exactly what happened here. So I'm wondering like what the different interactions are with the horses and the little animals here. I'm also wondering if there's any interactions when it comes to horses and cows and chickens. I know that the cows and the chickens are attached to, you know, their little like areas, their little shack and, you know. So I'm really not sure because it seems like all the animals work different in this pack compared to that pack. But if the horses are able to like roam around freely, they may be able to go up to the cows, for example. So I really hope that's a thing because that's something I want to talk about is cross compatibility with the other animal packs because now we have multiple. The only one that I don't think there'll be cross compatibility with is My First Pet stuff because that's just like hamsters and whatever. Did you guys forget about that one? Because for a second I did and I was like, oh my gosh, we have a total now with this one, we have a total of 4 different animal packs that you need to buy to get all the animals. Which is insanity to me. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real here. That's like insane. And like the price of that in Canadian is insane. Like if you want all the animal packs, if you're like a huge animal lover, that's one of the main reasons you play The Sims 4. Like if you're in Canada, it's like $50 per expansion pack. So literally just for the 3 expansion packs, it's like $150. And then plus the My First Pet stuff around like $12 Canadian. So that's great. I'm pretty sure it's still like in the hundreds for American because stuff packs for Americans are about 10 and then expansions are like 40. So yeah, it's still gonna be really high up there, which is just crazy. But anyways, I wanted to point out, I didn't really like talk about this much in my initial reaction video. You know, I kept wondering, you know, when we first found out there's gonna be other animals because before this happened, Simmatically made some tweets about us getting sheep and goats. And, you know, now it's confirmed with these pictures. And I was like, I'm assuming maybe horses are going to be, you know, in your household like cats and dogs. They're going to be the the main focus. They're going to have as much detail put into them just like cats and dogs. And then the baby sheep and goats will just be attached to something. Something you have to place down just like the cows and the chickens from cottage living. But you can see here in the pictures, they're just, okay, hold on, obviously in this, and then same with this one, they're just kind of roaming. So I actually think, you guys, I don't know, like I don't think that you have to place something down to get them. I think you have to actually like adopt them or whatever it is. I could be wrong. I doubt you can go and create a sim with them though, because apparently these ones aren't a part of your household, but a horse is a part of your household. That's another thing. If you guys didn't know that, horses will take up a household slot, which I personally wanted because again, I really wanted them to have the same detail as the cats and dogs. So that doesn't bother me. And I mean, it sucks that they're going to be filling up a household slot, but if they didn't, they would just be very object-like the cows and the chickens. So who wants that? Like, I don't think any of us want that for horses. So yeah, it's definitely better that they're in a household slot because otherwise like they just wouldn't be done correctly. I want to be able to like, you know, just do everything and anything with my horse and like have them be a part of the family, you know? I don't think we'll be able to control them just like cats and dogs. Like I don't think we'll be able to click on their head and like see their needs and stuff. I'll be shocked because then that kind of like doesn't match with what they've done with cats and dogs. So anyways, yeah, I'm assuming maybe you purchase them. I don't really know. I don't know if you'll purchase them in BuildBot or you gotta adopt them or how that's gonna work, but it doesn't seem like they're attached to anything. I know that this little guy is like in this thing with hay, but it doesn't look like they're attached because then this one's over here. So that's what I wanted to point out for this one. Also, I love the decor. Like, oh my goodness. I am a sucker for just items that add clutter and liveliness and everything is perfect. I love this with the brooms and everything. And then all this stuff hanging, like so much things going on. Everything just looks so lived in. Okay, so now moving on to my top favorite photo. I have a lot more to say than I even thought I did, which is crazy. So we have nectar making over here, which I'm actually really excited for because, you know, we haven't been able to do this previously. The only thing we've been able to do is like we can make soda or whatever. Didn't that come with Eco Lifestyle, right? But I want something more than that. Like, I don't know, to me that I like it, but this is so much more fun to me and it's something that's perfect for like country living. Like, love that he gets in and he has to like stomp on the fruit and stuff to actually make the nectar. I don't know, I'm really excited to try out this skill. I think it's gonna be super fun and be a really great way for our sims to like live off the land and stuff, because with this none of my sims are gonna have jobs unless there's like a work from home job that has to do with like the nectar making and stuff. That's another thing I want to talk about. Do you guys think there's gonna be any new careers? I feel like there's gonna be some sort of career for horses, not for the horses like to go to work. No, that's not what I mean. I mean like a career to do with horses, like our sims being able to train horses or something. There's just like a rabbit hole career, or they can like work at the Equestrian Center. So I feel like that's gonna be a thing. So yes, very excited for the nectar. And then you can see here again, the sheep and the goat are just kind of roaming, which it just makes me so happy. Like, I don't know why with cottage living they're attached, and then with this, these animals are not. I expected it for horses, but not for these little guys. If it's different, I'm gonna be shocked. I will say, like, when they advertised cows and chickens, we could kind of see that they were attached to those things. You know, it was always like in the picture with them. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to roam anywhere. And that just really makes me happy. And it seems like, you know, they have different interactions. Like she is shaving the sheep here. And so I wonder, you know, if you can actually collect this. I don't know. It might just be an interaction just to like shave them. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll see if there's more to that. And then the little toddler, I love the pants. Like, I'm so glad they included some like country style clothing for them. And then of course it looks like our horses are going to be dropping giant shits for us. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That was like the perfect opportunity. But like, I can just imagine if you're not, you know, tending to your horses the way you should, you're just gonna see this everywhere. So I guess we'll see. That's gonna be interesting. Of course, you can see here there's 2 horses, so I don't think there's gonna be like a limit to how many horses you can have unless you go over the household size limit. So if you wanted to have 1 sim and 7 horses, I'm assuming you can do that, which would be really freaking cool, by the way. Like, that would be amazing. You know, you have a sim who's just a total horse lover. That's all they care about in their life. They don't, you know, care about nothing else. They don't want kids. They just want their horses. I love that idea. So let's talk about this because apparently this is the big elephant in the room that no one is bringing up, but like I noticed it, but for for some reason didn't like grasp it. I don't know. Like when I first just reacted to everything yesterday, the kid is on the horse. Like I don't know why it didn't like process in my mind that, oh my God, they actually made it so the kids can ride the horses, because that's something that we just like don't know. When it comes to kids, like they're left out of a lot of things. So there was definitely a big chance that kids wouldn't have been able to ride the horses, but they can. So that's super exciting. Oh, by the way, before I forget, we have to go back to this photo. Oh my gosh, this is one thing I wanted to talk about and then it just went over my head and I wanted to get to the next photo. Ceilings, you guys. So this was one thing I didn't even notice in my initial reaction because obviously I'm just focused on like the main things happening. The ceiling is customized. We haven't been able to do that before. And so I'm going to take a guess that with the update that comes before the expansion pack, it's going to give us the ability to edit the ceilings the same way we can edit the walls. And honestly, even though that's a little thing, that's going to be amazing for builders and even people who aren't really builders, but they like to decorate and they build every now and then if they're just like starting a new family. This is a big deal. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like this actually makes, like, look how much better the room looks. In my opinion, I think this just adds so much more personality. So I'm very excited for that. I don't know how many of you guys noticed that, but I've seen some people talking about it, so I thought I would point that out. But going back to this photo, I don't think there's much else to talk about other than this. Okay, so I actually did notice this yesterday. However, I didn't talk about it in depth because I was like, I don't know if that's like a train or a trailer. But you guys were saying it looks like a trailer. You guys were actually saying specifically it looks like a trailer for the horses, and I agree with you guys. I don't know if this is going to be an interactable object. I really don't know. I could see it just being like decoration. I don't even know if this is just something in the background that we, you know, it's just like a random thing off into the distance. Like it looks pretty close by, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's not get our hopes up about that because I could see that just being a fake thing that's supposed to resemble like a trailer, but like we can't actually do anything with it. But it would be so cool if we could actually interact with that somehow. So what do you guys think about that? If there's anything else you notice in this picture, please let me know. Also, does this horse have a little bow or something? Wait, I think they do. So you can see that this horse's tail is braided. And I don't know if there's going to be like different quote unquote hairstyles we can give to the horses or what, or if this is just like a pre-selected tail or something you can do in Create a Sim. I'm guessing it's probably that, but I mean, that's really cute. There's probably going to be so many different manes we can choose from and so many different tails. This one's adorable because you can see this one, the tail's just free, but this one's like all styled and cute. This looks like a little bow and there's a little hair tie. That's adorable. I wonder if we're gonna have to like clean their hooves and stuff too. We know that we can do grooming, like the other picture, they're brushing the horse, but I wonder if there's more than that. Then of course we just have the cover art. This picture is a little bit smaller. I can't find a big one of it because, you know, it's just like, this is just like the cover picture that leaked on Steam. So, you know, it's not like full size, but we will get a full size picture probably soon, maybe even tomorrow actually. So then we can kind of look at it more just to see if we notice anything. But just from here, what I can see is, you know, we have our goat. I think that's the sheep. Love the face on the goat. There's a horse back here with another sim. So there's this little cool sign. And then last but not least, this is just the bonus content. I feel like I don't really have much to talk about with this here, but obviously it's one of the photos. So I just wanted to include it for you guys. But what do you guys think about the bonus content that we're getting? I think it's nice. I don't use the bonus content very much, or maybe I do and I don't even realize. I don't know, honestly, but this, you will get this if you like pre-order it or purchase it before August something. I don't remember the exact date, but anyways, you guys, that is everything I wanted to talk about. And if you guys notice anything else, like I said, please let me know in the comments. Anything you're wondering. Let's hope we're getting unicorns. If not, I'll live. It's okay. I am like a realistic player anyway, so it's not going to bother me that much. But then again, things like that, like spotting a unicorn randomly if there's a rainbow, I like that sort of like fantasy gameplay. That's really fun to me because you can mix it into your realistic gameplay without it like feeling like supernatural gameplay or something. I don't know. So anyways, you guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Go ahead and comment your thoughts down below, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.